And I usually give it a second to make sure it's live. And hey, good noontime. Looks like we're live now. So I don't normally do live streams. Sorry, Jason's phone is going off here. It looks like some ads are playing. If you're with us, great. Thank you for joining. I don't normally do live streams on Fridays, but I kind of ran into some audio issues with the video I was going to put out today. So I thought we'd have a little bit of fun, work in the shop, go over a Noid light on how to test fuel injectors to make sure they're working. Jason was trying to help me get my video that I was supposed to have up of the engine rebuild, the stroker, but it just didn't go well.
Nope. Yeah, I was telling him he noobed it up.
Yeah.
Something went wrong with the audio. It's off by like 3 seconds or something. And
yeah, super frustrating. There's an audio delay, which I got to fix before I put that video out. But anyways, if you guys are just joining us, let me get my comments up here so we can chat a little bit while we take a look at PJ here. We're going to talk about testing the fuel injectors. So we did a rebuild on PJ here, rebuilt the engine, and then after it was built, we couldn't get it started. We had issues starting it, right?
It was a really successful live stream, actually. You had over 130 people watching at any given time.
Yeah, because they were super curious if I was going to be able to get it started. It was like this anticipation.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then you finally got it started like that night or the next day?
Yeah, so during that, when we had that live stream, people were commenting of different things to try because it would turn over. It just wouldn't start. So we checked for spark. We checked fuel pressure. We made sure we had fuel. We squirted actually a little bit of starting fluid in the intake, just trying different things. And one person, which we couldn't at the time, mentioned a Noid light, which, let me show you.
Hey, Sean, how's it going?
So Noid light kit is a super handy and super easy thing to use.
Wait, so you're saying you're a Noid?
Noid, N-O-I-D. This is Noid light kit. And I have it linked in the description below if you guys are interested in it.
Was anybody else rooting for all those things to come falling out as they tipped it towards the camera? I know I was.
So all it is so what it tests, your fuel injector, it takes the little electrical impulses to pull the little plunger back to let fuel in, right? But if it's not getting those little electrical impulses over and over really fast, it's not going to be opening your fuel injector. Your engine's not going to be getting fuel. So these are just simple little lights that you hook on the fuel injector wire, and we'll show you guys how to do that to test the electrical pulse to the fuel injectors.
Hey Ward, how's it going? Greetings from the USA to Canada as well. Happy long weekend. You had your Canada Day on what, Wednesday? Something like that? Happy Canada Day. Happy United States Independence Day tomorrow.
Yeah, 4th of July tomorrow. Yay!
Yep.
So let's just fire this up real quick and show you guys how the Noid light works. This would have been really helpful on the initial startup of PJ here, just to tell us that yes, the fuel injectors are getting that signal. We weren't sure. We couldn't test it at the time because I did not have a Noid light kit, but now I do. And they're really not that expensive.
It's like 25 bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, super handy. Speaking of which, we're going to open the garage door, and Dale's neighbor, as if on cue, decided to start weed eating and mowing.
There we go.
Oh, you tacked your engine tech banner up. That's cool. So that just leaves me on camera. Hey, how you doing? I'll go ahead and tell a few jokes. Hey, I do have a paint video coming. I mean, I know we've been joking about it. It's like 95% done. No, really, it is. He's seen it. I've seen it. It's almost done. So back to our regularly scheduled program.
It's actually going to be a good video. Yeah, you guys should check it out. Bronco Solid, if you haven't subscribed, check him out. He has a fun video coming out.
It's a video.
So all I've done is selected the right size for my fuel injectors. And here, we'll bring the camera over. You want to grab the camera? I'll grab the audio. We're going to make you guys a little sick here, moving things. So to do the Noid light test, all we're going to do is come to one of our fuel injectors here, unplug this guy. There's our connection for our fuel injector, right? Let me zoom in on that a little bit. I want you guys to be able to see. Zoom right there.
Here.
Oh, I thought it would zoom or focus. So we have our fuel injector disconnected. So there's just two little prongs right in there that this guy slips right into. Super easy.
I like prawns. Those are good, especially in Asian food.
So that fits in there nicely, just like that. And then we're going to fire up the engine. We have it neutral, of course. Let me do that real quick. And you're just going to watch for this guy to start flashing, pulsing at the rate of the fuel injector would be opening and closing. So let me fire it up real quick.
Right there. Nope. I can't see a thing. Not on video anyway.
Okay, wait a minute. Let's bring you in a little closer here. I get a black background. How about that? Get my white hand out of the way.
Yeah, I can't see it blinking, but trust us, it's blinking.
There we go.
It's kind of wigging out. Oh, there we go.
There we go. Somebody said, there it is.
Yeah.
Kill engine.
Yep. That engine sounds great, by the way. Man. It's almost like it's brand new.
So that is the Noid light. Sorry for all the motion sickness there, but that's how you use the Noid light. And if you're having issues with a cylinder firing, or you weren't sure if one of your injectors was working for some reason, you would just run down all 6 injectors, 4 injectors if you have a 4-cylinder, and test each one of them. This one, all cylinders are working. I don't have any issues with it. It's running great, so I'm not worried about that. But that is how you use a Noid light. Super easy, super handy little device for troubleshooting no starts or misfiring engines that just aren't running well. So we're going to just kind of have some sit down and chat time.
All right.
Oh, we're just moving audio.
Just moving audio. We're getting set here. Go ahead and adjust the microphone.
Grab my coffee. There it is, Leroy said. So if you guys are just joining us, this was about testing our Noid light. Now we're just going to chat a little bit.
Sounds great. Awesome. Thanks, Jose. Sean Maver earlier talked about how he just finished his Cherokee rebuild after watching you and Bleepin' Jeep. Yeah, Bleepin' Jeep has a lot of good videos out there, too.
Cherokee rebuild. What did you do on the Cherokee?
Also, Leroy asked, so are there adapters to test the plug wires to see if you're getting spark?
Oh, yeah, I should
Yes,
show.
and you have my spark tester. Actually, one of my spark testers over there. I have two of them because I lost it, and then once I bought the new one, I found it. But you're not getting that, are you?
Here we go. So yeah, a little adapter here. Oh, yeah, that's a different style. Little suction cup. Honestly, I have no idea what the suction cup is for. But it comes with a suction cup.
It's for sticking to things.
But yeah, it does come with some adapters for testing for spark as well from the distributor, so that'll be handy. What do we got?
Not a lot.
Only 15 people on the live.
Yeah, they were hoping for your engine video, and when they saw it wasn't your stroker teardown, they said, well, who are these guys? Well, actually, they know you. They know me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got paint video coming up. Let me know, you guys, if you want to see. Should I make the walk around video, the results, a separate video, or put it at the end? What would you rather see if you were watching a video where you were looking at, you know, how the process went to paint a car? Would you want to see it or click onto another video? Would that be okay? Just an idea.
Yeah, I told Jason I thought because he's showing the paint video, at the end of the video, I would want to see a little bit of the finished product. Maybe not a whole walk around, but something. Like, I'd be a little disappointed if I watched a video and didn't get to see the finished product. I'd be like, oh.
I kind of would be too. I'd feel ripped off. Hey, Leroy, thanks for hanging out with us. We like it. Yeah, we're just hanging out. Dale called me up. He said, my video's screwed up. I don't know why the audio's out of sync, and it got worse as the video went on. And yeah, you need a teaser. So yeah, I think another peek and then a reveal video. Anyway, Squirrel, he said, can you come over and do a live with me? Because live is just better when you have two people. You know, usually I'm at work and I'm able to participate in the lives remotely. You know, I put it in the corner of my screen and I watch and I can type along as you guys interact. But hey, I'm here.
So like Jason said, the video I was supposed to release was the part of the stroker build, and it's a good video. It's just the audio's off. Let me just move the camera a little bit here.
Right here.
Right there.
That's it.
And it's done. It's done. The pistons crank, everything's out. The bearings, like I've had a look at all of it, but I don't want to give away too much right now because I got a really good video. I really like it, but it's not ready. I got to fix it up first.
So this is a way we can give Dale, we can buy him a week here. So if you guys have any questions, one cool thing is that I'm working on right now is I'm actually looking for another house with a shop. I don't even have a garage right now. I have a driveway, and that
You have a garage?
Well, it's a single car, and no. I can touch both sides of it. It's not a garage.
He could get a car in it
I
if he
could,
wanted.
and then I'd have to stay in there. So I'm actually looking for a house with a shop. I looked at a house that had a 1,700 square foot shop, and it was amazing. I could have parked 8 cars in there.
Yeah.
Eight. As well as, you know, I could have pulled a full-size motorhome into it. It was 40 by 42 with like a 25-foot ceiling. It was amazing, and the house was just stupid. So that was a no. It was disappointing.
So like going from like eating just rice to like a full buffet.
Right, rice and water to a full buffet. It'd be amazing. One of my plans is to get a lift because lifts are amazing as well. So I told Dale, man, the things we could have done in that shop, it would have been fun. I told him he could bring a vehicle over and leave it on the lift for a month if he needed to.
Yeah, some of my
like
projects take longer than that though.
Yeah, that's true.
I need to leave it up there for 6 months.
What are your professions? Well, we know Dale's profession, and I am a professional in the field that I work in. That's still a secret, I guess.
He hasn't revealed that yet.
I haven't revealed that yet.
I am not a mechanic, believe it or not.
Neither am I. I'm not a mechanic either.
I'm actually the opposite of a mechanic. Well, I don't know.
You're like a people mechanic.
Yeah, I'm a people mechanic. I work in healthcare. I'm a nurse at a trauma center here in Southern Oregon. Been doing that for years. but I love working on cars because it's completely different than my day job. So it's just a nice way to decompress, not think about work or the problems in medicine, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, I work on people.
He's seen some gross things at work too. I don't think I could make it at his work.
Yeah, I worked intensive care for 20 years, and yeah, lots of fun stuff.
Really, really gross stuff. It's not for everybody.
There we go.
But I'm glad there's people around that want to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Because you're crazy.
it's good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm a nurse at a hospital. So if you're taking automotive advice from me, you're taking automotive advice from a nurse.
That's funny.
This nurse online told me blah
Yeah,
blah blah.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah, it's a good hobby. And really, when you start breaking down automotive work, yes, it's complicated, but it's not as hard as it seems. So if you want to get into repairing things, fixing your own stuff, really, I've been teaching my son a little bit about this kind of stuff. I say it's not the big stuff. It's not the how do you do an engine swap and how do you redo the gears. I mean, that's complicated, but the hard things sometimes come down to I can't get that bolt off. Really, I can't get that clamp off. The clamp's turned around. The hose is stuck, or the hose won't go on. I mean, all this stuff that you just never think about. It's the little things that'll just kill you. Remember, one time on my 1994 Ford Escort, I spent 7 hours. I'm not kidding you. 7 hours trying to attach the lower radiator hose because it was fully down inside the engine to where you could push about like this and go Dale came over about 4 hours into it, and I was just about ready to throw my wrench into the street, and we worked on it for another 3 hours. We finally got that thing. I mean, it was tough. After the fact, we learned that there's a silicone lubricant that you can put on the inside of the hose, and it just goes whoop, right on.
Didn't we try some lubricants though?
No, we didn't try anything. It was just a dry hose on a dry fitting. We didn't know any better, And
my favorite was the timing belt.
Oh, when I redid the timing belt?
Yeah, and you spent like all day working on it.
Yeah, what was that? It was the bottom sprocket?
You couldn't get it. You couldn't get it off.
No, I couldn't hold the engine. I couldn't hold the access point with the flywheel. Stick a screwdriver in there to. I'm squeaking against this thing. Yeah, I couldn't get it by myself. I was reaching over here and trying to do this, and it just kept falling. And
You spent hours on it.
hours and hours and hours. So Dale came over and he helped me out.
Took like 7 minutes.
I was so excited.
He was literally jumping up and down.
Yeah.
I pop over. The two of us work on it together. Took like 7 minutes, and there you go.
So Nathan says, I finished rebuilding my 4.0 and it started just fine and runs great now, but it won't move and has something to do with the clutch. Do you guys have any tips or know what might be wrong? So you're saying like you put it into gear, you release the clutch and it doesn't go anywhere, or you can't get it into gear, or we need a few more details about that.
Clutch, huh?
Yeah. I mean, Dale's had a clutch totally apart,
Yeah.
dropped it on his finger. That was a good video.
Oh, that hurt so bad.
Yeah, we just need a few more. I mean, there is that slave cylinder, right? If
Yeah.
that's not pressurizing, that might be something.
I wonder if you push on when you're pushing on a clutch, are you getting any resistance, or is it just like loose?
So yeah, he says he lets out on the clutch and it doesn't engage.
Yeah, it sounds like you might be pulling your clutch apart and looking at it. Make sure that the disc is centered, that it didn't get off kilter, but then you wouldn't have been able to get it back together if it was not right. I wonder if... Yeah,
Well,
I'm not sure without pulling it apart.
Yeah, basically that pressure plate isn't touching anything, right? You're able to get it into gear, which means you're not like grinding gears, so the pedal's probably working.
Without the clutch and it doesn't engage.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to give advice and answer questions when you can't look at the vehicle and feel it and see it and hear it and all that. We do get a lot of people asking questions, and sometimes it's tough. Like they'll say, I have this ticking noise, whatever, and we can give some ideas, but hearing it yourself and seeing it is different.
Yeah, exactly.
We've all been there. Such a relief when you get to the other side of the frustration. Yeah, to me, a lot of times the hardest part is just identifying the problem, like the fix a lot of times is pretty easy when you know it's the starter, or it's the vacuum hose, or it's, you know, the O2 sensor, or whatever. Like, the fix is easy, but sometimes it's just diagnosing that's the trouble.
Oh, let's talk about your Volvo V70.
Oh yeah.
Dale's got it's a cool car. You can see it in his video where he goes up and picks up his new JK at, like, 3 minutes and 50 seconds in or something like that. He's got a sweet Volvo. It rides really nice. And that thing started having some really weird problems when it got hot. Everything would freak out. The lights would shut off. The air conditioning would shut off. And full on freak out. Long story
Freak out
short,
mode.
yeah, freak out mode. Long story short, it ended up being the CEM,
Yeah.
customer electronic module,
The central.
electronics module,
Yeah.
something like that. And we found a company in Canada called Zemodex. He had to send it off. It was $600 to rebuild this computer circuit board, but it was bad from the factory. And that thing, I was frustrated with it. It was 3 weeks, and I said, let's go find a cliff and drive it
Yeah.
off.
He was ready to drive it off a cliff.
Yeah, it was bad, but once we got it figured out, the car's been rock solid. It's a really cool car.
The cool thing about having that rebuilt was the company guaranteed their work, like 100% guarantee. Like, if you have any issues with it, they'll. And I think I actually did have to send it back one time.
Yeah, you did.
I had to send it back to them because it wasn't working quite right. Sent it back. They redid it again and sent it to me, and then it's been working flawlessly for years since then.
So that was just an example of, sometimes you really have to dig into these problems. Google is your friend. There's a lot of videos out there that'll help you. Good videos, bad videos, semi-professional videos like Dale likes to produce. Really amateur videos. Sometimes the answer you just need to look.
Advice from nurses.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not a nurse, though.
I am not. No. Sometimes we joke about how long could I go if I just simply put his, uniform on and his name tag. How long could I go and fake it before someone would realize, like, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about? At my job, he could go months. He could really go months, just kind of walk around looking busy and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
at your job, no. I might be able to be, just kind of missing.
Now as a supervisor, because I work as a supervisor now, I gave up the intensive care after 20 years, and so yeah, you could probably fake it a while longer.
Oh yeah, for sure. If it was like blood and guts time, no.
Yeah, I do have to respond to all of those emergencies though, so.
Yeah, I'd be in the background.
Acting like you're on the phone. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm busy.
Point a lot, yeah.
Ian said usually you can't get the clutch to separate. Back to Nathan's question, you can't get the clutch to basically, like, it's stuck in gear, like you can't get it to separate. And yeah, I'd agree with that. Like, having it not engage is an unusual problem. That's why I'm thinking you're gonna have to maybe pull it from the other end. So you had the engine out, then put everything back together. You might have to pull it from the transmission side and take a look at it. But I think you've got a big project on your hands of pulling that back apart. I hope it's not your daily driver.
Yeah, that's always a bummer.
Yeah.
I think somebody's getting ready to mow.
Oh yeah. My neighbor just pulled out their mower.
Yeah, it's amazing coming out of the woodwork.
But we're 23 minutes into it.
Yeah, see, people aren't used to live streaming on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, what?
It'd be interesting to see how this video performs.
Not well.
Yeah.
It might get viewed a couple times.
It will help me get a week ahead because I do produce weekly videos. My engine rebuild video is ready to go, except the audio issue. Got to fix that. And then I'll have a video for next week. So Jason's got to help me figure that out because it's doing some weird stuff. I'm not sure. Never had this issue with it before. And I've done hundreds of videos.
Yep, you've been
I'll close the garage door.
You've been weekly without fail since September of 2018.
Frozen?
And really, you could have, you went to Disneyland that week, and you could have gone weekly, but you're like, I'm going to be gone, and I just don't have time. But
Was that when I was
that was the last
Disneyland
time you
trip?
missed, was a Disneyland trip in 2018.
Yes, I let it out and the clutch doesn't engage. Yeah, I'm not sure what to tell you other than tear it apart. Or another good thing, and a lot of times I do recommend people do this, is it when you have a question like that, post it on the Jeep forum. I send people their way a lot because instead of getting advice just from us, there's thousands of people on there and people with a lot more experience than us with these kinds of issues. So I do recommend reaching out there, post your question on there, and somebody will respond, maybe give you some good guidance. But I think you're pulling your transmission and taking a look.
So Ian says he tried to ask in a previous video. Thanks for blowing him off, by the way.
Sorry, Ian.
I think I have a vacuum leak I think I have vacuum leak problems in my Jeep causing high idle. It would be awesome if you did a video going over all the vacuum lines on YJs. So you think it's causing high idle, or you're sure it's causing high idle? Oh, he forgave me. That's okay. So when I had vacuum line problems in my 93 YJ, it didn't cause high idle at all. There is the throttle control. I had a bad throttle control, but it would idle just fine. It's when I went to hit the gas, it would die. And
Did you pop off some of the vacuum lines and?
They're just popping off, man.
Like pulled some and didn't change the idle.
Oh yeah, I found some that were broken. I moved them all around. Usually, if you have a vacuum problem, it seems to drop the idle. If anything, it starts running like garbage. We could do a video where we go over it. It's pretty darn simple. There's a few molded parts.
All Cureman's here.
All Cureman, good, better than partial Cureman.
all Cureman. All Cureman.
Yeah.
All Cureman or all Cureman?
It's all cure, man. Yeah.
Welcome. Good afternoon. It should be.
Yep. We're afternoon and everywhere but Alaska and Hawaii, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I like how my videos, I always post them at noon on Fridays. And I'm like, good morning, because a lot of times I'm filming in the morning. So I'm like, good morning. Welcome to the Jeep Solid Garage.
I think I did film some footage for doing the idle air control, throttle control replacement. It's just like a little $45 part. He's from Georgia, so yeah, it's like 3:30 out there. Hot and muggy, right? Yeah, we love Georgia, even though we've never been there. I've flown over it, just never been to Georgia.
I've been to Louisiana.
Yeah, close enough.
It was muggy there.
Yeah, basically everything east of Denver is muggy.
We're on the West Coast, Southern Oregon, and it gets like what, 15%?
Yeah, it's like 15% in the summer. It's like nothing.
Humidity. So yeah, it's kind of miserable. Today it's going to be sunny, 80, 10% humidity.
So Ian has a high idle. Here's an idea that we might want to think about. Why don't you email Dale a video, dale@jeepsolid.com or jason@jeepsolid.com. Why don't you take a video, kind of narrate what's going on? You've seen us narrate those kind of things. Why don't you send it and we'll just kind of see what we can come up with. Yeah, it may not be the vacuum. It's really hard to tell. Yeah. There is an idle adjustment screw, isn't there, on these?
You should do a vacuum test on it.
Oh, for sure.
Have you done a vacuum test? Put a vacuum gauge on the intake manifold, kind of towards the back, where one of the PCV valves are coming off, and you can pull that. Put a vacuum gauge on there. Just make sure that your vacuum is steady. It's supposed to be about. What vacuum is it supposed to be at? Do you remember?
15 to 18. Steady.
Kind of in that range and not fluctuating.
Yeah, not like it should just be bam. There may be an adjustment screw. I just can't remember. I get so many cars mixed up, actually.
Hello all. Is it common for my son? This is from Big J. Big J20. What's up, Big J20? Is it common for my son's 2004 Jeep Grand Cherokee 4.0 to average 11.9? No.
That's a little rough.
11.9 is terrible.
Yeah.
Unless you got 40-inch tires on there.
Or you got a son with a lead foot. I mean, that'll do it. If you're stomping on it everywhere.
Yeah. Is he doing burnouts and?
Well, I mean, 12 miles to the gallon. If your city stop and go traffic and you're really stomping on it.
Try to smoke test it. Somebody said.
It could.
Any suggestions would be great. Plugs and oil change. I have not tried to read up on that. Thank you. All stock. Yeah, 11.9. What's the? Oh, it's a 4.0. You should be getting around town around 16. So I would say you're running on 5 cylinders or so. You're misfiring, something's going on, and that can be a variety of things. It can be um, obviously spark. It could be fuel. It could be one of your injectors leaking. It could be a distributor. It could be plugs. There's a lot of different things it could be. But yeah, chase that down.
I'm getting at least 14 in town.
Yeah, when I was at my best in my old YJ, my 4-liter YJ, I was getting around 16.
That's really good. That's really good. Yeah.
Yeah, 11.9 seems. I bet you're running on 5 cylinders. That's my guess.
Yeah, it could be. Vacuum tests are a really good thing to start with. You know, get a vacuum gauge for 20 bucks or something like that. It'll really tell you a lot about the inside of the engine.
So this video is on Noid light testing. Go back and watch the beginning of it where we show how to do the Noid light test, and that's testing that the fuel injectors are getting the input that they need. You might have a bad fuel injector. Fuel injectors can also just kind of leak fuel, somewhere to be spraying fuel when it's not supposed to. That's just one other issue to maybe look at. But I would start by pulling plugs, looking at wires, making sure you're getting spark on all of them. Okay, I'll check. Thank you. Anytime, Big J20. I like the name. I wonder what the 20 is. Are you 20 years old? No, you got a son who's driving, right? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
My son's 2000, unless your son's like, 1. You had him when you were 19.
Yeah, that would be bad.
It happens.
Yeah, that's true.
So, is that it?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, we could keep going. Lucky number. Yep.
Oh, that's his lucky number. Okay.
There you go. We could keep talking. We could keep waiting for some comments to come in. Live streams are kind of fun.
Yeah, we got 21 people watching live right now. Or wait, how many do we have watching live?
21.
It says top chat 21. Is that 21 live?
Yep.
Viewers?
Yep.
So if you're on, you want to chat, say hi, tell us about your rig, what you're driving. So right now, I have 3 Jeeps. I have 92 Wrangler, 94 Wrangler, and a 2012 JK. Just got it. Super excited about it. Great Jeep. Drives so nice, so smooth.
Oh, yeah, it's amazing.
You have a...
I have a 1993 YJ done up in Jurassic Park paint scheme. I have a 1968.
Jurassic, you painted it?
Yeah, I did.
Do you have a video on that?
I might.
I think he has a video on that coming out soon.
Yeah.
I need to link your channel. I didn't link your channel.
Oh, jerk.
I'll put his channel in the video description down below.
For all 2 people that watch this in a week.
You'll get a few subscribers.
That's true.
I bet you get 10 subscribers.
The 68 Bronco, it hasn't started for a while.
Yeah.
It has a fuel delivery problem, and it has a hole in the gas tank, and just on and on and on. And so I haven't felt like laying in the gravel and working on it because it gets hot, and then it's rainy, and then it's just... Yeah, soon. I've been waiting to see it. I'm telling you, it is 95% done.
It really is. He just has to do the outro of his video.
Yeah.
So there's all these parts of creating video.
Yeah.
He has to do the outro and it'll be ready. But then you got to do the walk around.
Yeah.
He's got work to do.
Other cars I have in my, stable. I have a 2008 Toyota Sienna. That's the people mover. I have a fairly popular water pump replacement video for that. Oh, and I got an itch on my nose, and because we're not on real TV, I'm going to go ahead and scratch it, and I touch my face, I know. But anyway.
I have hand sanitizer.
Yeah, and then I also have a 2005 supercharged Mini Cooper, and that car is my daily driver, and that's a fun car. Driving the Jeep back and forth to work, that would be an adventure. I drove it when it was kind of snowy and rainy over this winter. We have a viaduct that we have to drive over where it's like no lane changes, no shoulder, no nothing. And it was dark out, and I'm driving this thing just trying to keep it in the lane, and I'm kind of stressing. And then I see somebody pull up alongside of me. It's dark, and they're waving at me, and I'm going, I can't look away right now. So I wave like, yeah, I'm in a Jurassic Park vehicle, whatever. And I figured I'll just get rid of the person. Yeah, hey, great Jurassic Park. Well, he stays there, and then he starts honking, and I'm thinking, like, okay, is a tire falling off or something? And I look over, and it's my buddy Rex. He recognized me, and he's like, hey, how you doing? And And then he took off. And then I texted him when I got home. I said, oh man, I was stressing during that point. He said, I could tell. He said, yeah, maybe check the steering box because it was, yeah, you know, just to keep
Yeah.
it going straight.
The
You know.
steering box can get loose
Yeah.
where you have a lot of play.
Speaking of Rex, he's a major car guy, and he's on the verge of releasing a channel that I think is really gonna be quite cool. He's actually gonna be opening a shop. He's gonna start a channel. I talked to him a couple weeks ago about it. He's got some real potential as well. So there's nothing to link to, but just say, hey, there's maybe another great content creator on the horizon there.
We've got some people mentioning their vehicles. Leroy has a 92 and 93 ZJ. Probably meant YJ there.
Oh, you have the TJL?
Alkerman has an 88.
That's the LJ, right? That's the longer TJ in 2005. Those are rare. Those are not super common.
Soon, I've been waiting to see it. Getting ready to change the fan clutch. Cool. Yeah, your fan's not working, so you're doing pulling the water pump or I guess yeah, you don't have to take the water pump off to do the fan clutch. You got to do the radiator's kind of in the way, but you can get it done without removing all that. Start Nutter bypass this evening. Starting Nutter. What is he saying there?
Nutter butter? I don't know.
Starting another? He probably meant another bypass this evening. Like bypass surgery, open heart surgery. Yeah, it's a big deal,
Yeah,
but
you can tell where he comes from. You know, I got some clamps and some scalpels. I could pick them up at the Goodwill.
We're not doing heart surgery here, just vehicle surgery.
Yeah. Thanks for the thought, though. You should have some viewer rides on your videos sometimes.
Viewer rides?
Yeah, like have a viewer, you know, film something, and as long as it's not complete crap, you could like put it on your channel. So
Yeah.
like Jamie, yeah, he could say like, here's my 2005 LJ, and this was what's cool about it, you know, but it just can't be crap. You know, I was watching some videos of content creators that have in that 5,000 to 8,000 subscriber range, which is great. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, I told Dale, I said, you're light years ahead of some of these people.
Yeah.
I mean, you're no Brad from Trail Recon, but...
It just takes experience.
Yeah.
Just practice, practice, practice.
And it's really not as easy as it seems, really. You know, you turn the camera on and you go...
Yeah.
Just that, good morning, welcome to the Jeep Solid Garage. Today we're going to be working...
Go back and watch my early stuff, my real early stuff from years ago. It's super awkward, but it's fun. You learn, you get more comfortable on camera.
Oh, yeah.
Jamie says doing the fan clutch is an easy job. And yes, a lot of times I've started a lot of jobs I thought were going to be super easy that turn into a nightmare because of one little nut or bolt or hose or something that it just gives you a nightmare. Turns a hour job into a 4-hour job.
Speaking of which, another car we have in our stable at home is a 2005 Subaru Outback. I should actually do a video on that car. It resells for in that $4,000 to $5,000 range, and I bought it for
$45,000.
Yeah, $45,000. Actually, brand new in 2005. It was a $33,000 car. I bought it from a lady last September for $1,000. It was at the mechanics. The mechanics gave her a $4,000 estimate to fix it. And she was like, okay, I'm done. I'm just getting another car. I looked at it. I scanned it. I took a shot at it. And there was like nothing wrong with it. It had a leaking radiator. So here we are 10 months later. I'm replacing that radiator. And it's snowballed into, I started it a week ago. And I'm not like hitting it hard every day because it's been kind of hot out. But it's a week later. And all we've done is flushed it 7 times. And then... we removed the radiator last night, so it's just taken forever. I mean, if I had to drive it tomorrow, I could put it back together. But we've been on the slow train for that one.
I was just experimenting with something, changing the lighting a little bit, see what it looks like with a little backlight.
Yeah.
See if it's any different.
I do not notice any difference.
So easy job. What else are you guys up to today? You guys do anything for the 4th? Tomorrow. That's crazy. The 4th is tomorrow.
Yep. Let's see. My friend Rick asked me to come over and help him remove a starter tomorrow morning. His son has a 2001 Nissan Pathfinder, and the starter's being weird, so I'm going to go help him drop it out of there. And
Love the Scooby Doors Subaru. My son has a 2011 Legacy. Fun car to drive. Yeah, Subarus are great vehicles. I have heat soak in my 2001 Jeep Wrangler 4.0. How can I prevent this problem?
number one, never start your vehicle. If you never start your vehicle, that problem will go away. Just like we can, eliminate the AIDS virus from your body. We can't keep you alive while we do it, but
Yeah.
we can totally eliminate it. Heat soak. Why don't you talk about that, Dale?
Yeah, let's look it up here real quick. See what's going on with it. Oops.
Yeah, the Subarus are quite cool. It needs some new disconnects, the sway bar end links, and they're like that big on the Subaru. It's amazing. They had like a plastic bushing in there and they just fell apart. I need to get some new. I'm not getting the Moog ones, but what's Moog's second tier? I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember off the top of my
They're
head.
like $18 off Amazon, but they're that big and they're smaller around than my pinky. They're like as big as a number 2 pencil. It's just amazing. Oops. So Dale's looking up heat soak.
All right, heat soak refers to a raise in engine coolant system temperature and pressure after the engine is turned off. So heat soak is a phenomenon, begins with the actual combustion process. The engine is a component where the combustion process occurs. I love that. The engine is the component where the combustion process occurs. That's great. Super helpful. So essentially it's overheating or heating up after your vehicle is off. So you have a coolant issue. Let's see, heat soak, slow/fast heat issues all the time or only sometimes. Waiting on the power to finish up.
That's a whole other issue.
Yeah.
Just ignore that one for the moment.
Okay.
That's what I'm here for. Keep them on track.
So yeah, tell us a little bit more about what your vehicle's doing with the heat soak, I guess. Specifically, like what temperature is it running at, like when you're driving it and when it's running, and then you park it, turn it off, and then it raises more. So
or is it raising at stoplights, that kind of thing? If you stop at a stop sign or a stoplight, is it like coming up and then it starts to come down? If that's the case, you probably have some blockage within the cooling passages, either in the engine or in the radiator. You're just not getting good throughput.
2001 4.0, yeah. And then what your coolant looks like, how old your coolant is. I mean, there's a ton of things that go into the cooling of a vehicle, right?
And really, in this last 2 weeks, since we're doing the radiator on the Subaru, I went through a basic chemistry class on figuring out what kind of coolant needs to go in what engine, aluminum blocks, aluminum heads, iron blocks, all that kind of stuff, and it is complicated. I even called the Subaru dealership. I said, what kind of coolant do I need to put in this 05? And the guy said, just regular green, whatever. And I said, really? Because, I've done some research and, it's supposed to be silicate-free, phosphate-free, amine-free. And he said, which the old school green is not. And he said, really? Let me ask my tech. And he says, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. He said, oh yeah, you're right. So, I don't trust anybody really anymore. And he said, just whatever blue coolant should be fine. I said, well, blue is supposed to be 2008 and up. And I said, do I want the normal Asian green? And he said, hang on, let me ask my tech. And I hear this, yeah, it's got to be Asian green. So you really got to do your own research. And what I came down to is I bought some coolant. Can't even remember the name. It's got the pH in the name.
Yeah.
But it's exactly what I want. So what I'm saying is I said all that long-winded stuff to say this. Really look up what you need for that particular vehicle. And my guess is it's going to be plain old school green. And you don't want to mix it. That's why I flushed the coolant 7 times out of the Subaru to get all the old junk out of there, because you don't want to be mixing it, because you don't want it solidifying or gelifying or goopifying or anything like that. You want clear passages.
You mix these two coolants together and it creates an acid.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't want
So
that.
bottom line is you don't want to listen to a couple talking heads on YouTube about
Basically, yeah.
car advice. Like
Find out for yourself. Yeah, and
what I what I do is I like research something and then there's conflicting opinions on everything, any subject. But you'll kind of see a general theme once you start researching something. You know, you'll see like two different opinions, but then you'll see one opinion kind of is the majority, and that's kind of how I look at it is I everything I'm reading or researching I kind of take with a grain of salt until I hear it from another source, another reputable source, but also yeah, considering the source, is this from the manufacturer, or is this some guy on his blog that's talking about it?
yeah, exactly. So you can jump into that thing that Leroy was talking about, waiting on power to be finished.
Waiting on power to be finished to the shop, then I'll be able to weld. Awesome. Use my compressor and get lift installed. Awesome. Send me a picture of the shop. That sounds like a great shop.
Yeah, it does. That's what I want. That's why I'm shopping right now for a new home to get something with a shop, to get a garage.
What did you say?
Goopifying.
Goopifying. Goopifying. Yeah. Yeah, we're making up words here. All kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
What do you say? Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm reading my chat on my tablet, but then it pops up on my phone, so I can see it on my phone before it comes here. The trouble with the phone is it disappears. That's why I keep this open. Late to the game here. Any upgrades going to happen to the JK? Yes, all kinds of stuff. My ultimate goal is to turn it into like an overland vehicle, but I actually have Quadratech sending me some stuff, which I think should actually arrive Sunday. So Quadratech has given me some stuff that I picked out to review and install.
Oh, is it coming?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
nice.
coming.
It was back ordered, right?
What am I getting from them? Yeah, that and yeah, I have stuff coming from Quadratech.
It's really interesting, meaningful stuff to him, so much that he can't remember.
Well, I get quite a few sponsors, and I get a lot of companies reach out to me and say like, "Hey, we want to send you," and a lot of it, like, "Do you want another battery jump starter?"
I got a bunch of those.
Like another company sent me a thing like, "Hey, review our battery jump starter and LED lights," just all the time. But I am selective on what I review, and I'm not gonna. I did have a company send me some stuff it was a while ago. They sent me like 3 different products. I reviewed one of them. No, I reviewed 2 of them. The third one I didn't review, and they contacted me again later like, "Hey, you gotta post that review," and I messaged them back and I said, like, "I can review it if you want, but it's gonna be a bad review. Like, this product is junk. Like, I'm not gonna give it a good review. Like, I can post a video if you want, but it's gonna bash it essentially." And they said like, no, that's okay. Like, thank you for, and so when I do reviews, it's usually stuff that I really do recommend or use or would buy myself. So, but that's funny. I can't think of the other thing Quadratech's gonna send me.
It's something really interesting, really meaningful.
Oh, yeah, okay. I remembered. Yeah. So 2 things coming from Quadratech that it'll be fun. One is for PJ here. The other one is for my JK. LOL, Jason. Yeah. Yeah, he's a goofball.
What did I say?
It was either that or completely rewire it. What are we rewiring?
He talked about doing a 350 SBC swap. Are you talking about like the Chevy 350 going into the 89?
Shane. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Shane Ryan. If so, yeah, that's a popular swap. We should get an old Cherokee and put it in. That
Yeah.
wouldn't be very much.
No.
We can get Cherokees.
In our area, we're very fortunate where we have a lot of rust-free frames. We live in a good area, no salt on the roads. So yeah, it's finding vehicles here is a really good place. In my experience, everything on Quadratech is back ordered. Great site. It just usually takes a while. Yeah, working with them, they've been upfront with me saying that because of the whole COVID thing, yeah, they're having trouble getting supplies. Everything's on back order, but we're kind of getting back up and running, so that's good.
So Shane, did you need to get an adapter to link to attach the engine to the AX15? I'm thinking so, like maybe like Novak adapt or something like that. We're not even going to talk about that comment he's laughing at. We're just going to skip right over that.
Coolest. Where's my shades? I need to get some shades on. Yeah.
Yeah, the bell housing adapter.
Who's that
kit.
from?
Yeah.
Das
Yeah. We don't know who that is. So
Das Gross?
yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Bill Flint from BC, super fan.
Bill, welcome. Good afternoon. Glad you could join us.
Parsons.
The
Yes.
start of this
Parsons,
video.
thanks for the love.
The start of this video was on Noid light testing. Super easy. It's linked below, and it's just testing our fuel injectors. Parsons. Just testing how to test fuel injectors. Bell housing adapter kit. People are guessing at what's coming for the YJ.
For this one?
I don't know. I have a couple things coming from Quadratech.
Yeah.
Trying to figure everything out still. Gathering parts recently. Cool.
Yeah, we need to paint this thing. Now that I have a paint video coming soon.
It needs body work though.
It does. It's got a wrinkle on the body, and that one kind of baffles me. I don't know how we're going to fix that.
A wrinkle?
Well, yeah, I mean, one big...
It has lots of wrinkles.
Yeah. Yeah, this whole fender needs to go away.
Yeah. So what do you guys think? Do try to bang them out or just buy some new panels?
I'd say the fenders, buy new.
Yeah.
Just way easier. I mean, they're just like munched up
How much
here.
are new fenders? Like,
For you?
well, for the average viewer.
$200 a piece.
Really? For a fender?
Yeah.
Gosh, I was thinking like $50.
No. Yeah, $400 though, and it's done.
Yeah.
But the body goes like
That's $400.
Yeah.
Cash?
cash US dollars.
Hmm.
Flat fenders.
Flat fenders. There you go.
Yeah.
An old flat fender.
Yeah, that'd be okay.
Somebody was asking about the JK, my plans for it, but so my plans for the JK, it has 32-inch tires on it right now, which are good. I'll probably put a lift kit on it, just a little bit of lift. I want to figure out what's best for slightly larger tires, maybe 35s. I gotta still do some more research, but then rooftop tent, roof rack, a new gate, swing that has the ability to carry fuel and water, turning it into an overland vehicles, and then some camping trips, camping supplies. It'll be fun.
People really seem to like that. I mean, there is a certain amount of success and traction you can get on YouTube with how-to videos, but if you look at the people doing strictly how-to videos, it's few and far between. I mean, we're talking Chris Fix, obviously the king of how-to videos.
Yeah.
And beyond that, I mean, there's just like a handful of automotive how-tos. Eric the Car Guy, South Main Auto.
Yeah.
It's very few, but there are a ton of people going out and camping in their Jeeps.
I was the premium YJ repair channel for years.
You still are.
Yeah. And
No
I'll still have the YJ repair stuff. I'm not getting rid of my YJs now that I have the JK. It's just, honestly, the JK as a daily driver it's really nice. Have I said that? I really like it.
Yeah, I was on my way over here. I was lamenting hitting some rough spots in the road, like, oh, leaf springs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's fun. Drives nice, but it's rough.
So how far are we into this? We are 53 minutes. What do you say we go an hour?
Okay.
Well, we have more people on now.
We have 27 people on. You guys have any questions? Anything you want to ask us? We're just hanging out in the shop here. Really, someone started a car outside and they're not leaving.
Okay.
Yeah.
So having a YouTube channel like takes a lot of work. Like we both have channels. I work on mine a little bit more than Jason does his.
I work on mine like none.
No, a little bit.
Oh, a tiny bit.
Like once a month.
No. Once every 8 months or so.
I actually had an editor reach out to me. I got an email. I didn't
Really?
share that with you.
I keep telling Dale he needs to hire an editor. Seriously. Because editing is like half.
Oh, yeah, editing it's a ton of work. And it's not, like editing is okay for a little while, and I enjoy parts of it. I enjoy the finished product.
Yeah, Dale, come on.
Hey, Bill, I really like my new Jeep. But yeah, hiring an editor, it is something like as my channel is growing and I'm producing content more regularly. So I work full time at the hospital, And I have to keep doing that because I have, family that's dependent on me and kids and health insurance and, the food they want, they want phones and like car
Clothing.
insurance, like clothing, like just all this stuff that I got to do.
Yeah, but the trouble with hiring an editor is the editor's not going to know what you have in your head, really. You're just going to give it to a non-car person and say, hey, can you make this into a video? So
I had an editor, he emailed me and I responded back like, I'm super busy right now, but I'm interested. But he said like he would edit a video for me for free, just as a test.
oh, nice.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So I need to have, Jason helps me with a lot of the tech stuff though. He's kind of my tech guy and research guy that, I don't know, I want to make sure I'm not getting scammed. So he's also my
Anti-scammer?
anti-scammer. He knows a lot more about, like, it's funny at work. I'm like one of the IT geniuses at my work, but he's leaps and bounds ahead of me when it comes to IT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dale, any plans to do this full time?
I would love to. I still enjoy my work at the hospital most of the time. It has stresses and things I don't enjoy about it, of course. But I would only honestly go full-time YouTube if I could get to a point, and I've told Jason this, if I could get to a point of where I could completely retire and be financially set if everything crumbled. Meaning, like I was done at the hospital and YouTube went belly up and Amazon, no more commissions there, Patreon, no input, like just could I be okay with what I've saved? So I'm years away from that because, I'm saving for retirement, but I'm not at the age of retirement yet.
But if you hit a point where your channel was pulling in like what Goon Squad's making, 50 grand a month,
Yeah.
it'd be pretty quick.
Well, I'd be socking away money like mad.
It'd be a couple years. Yeah, seriously, 50 grand a month.
Yeah, I'd be socking away money, planning on, okay, 2024, I'm retiring and going full-time YouTube. But I don't know, I just can't give up the security because I have a family, right? I have a family, I have kids, I have a wife. I want to be able to provide that security of like I can't just.
Did anyone else notice he said I have a kids? Rewind it.
Yeah.
Leroy, you guessed I'm in IT. Wrong.
You're not?
I'm not.
You almost
I
were.
use IT technology.
But
and
you
I'm-
almost were.
And
You
I'm
almost,
good at it.
You almost took over IT, didn't you?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Are you ever going to divulge your profession?
I might.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might.
Yeah. I think it's okay. Like, people know what I do. They know I work in healthcare.
Yeah.
Nobody's hunted me down yet.
That you know of. Haven't you seen the movie The Jerk? The new phone books are here. And then the sniper goes, boom, boom. That's a great scene, by the way. Starts shooting the oil. Yeah. Yeah, we don't want that to happen.
Yeah, he's in IT. Duh, duh, duh. Yeah, close. No.
So Bill says, work should get paid by a percentage of revenue.
Work should get paid by percentage of revenue, question mark.
Not, I think maybe there's a typo there. We're not really sure. We should get paid by a percentage of revenue.
Huh. Oh, you're an AMSOIL dealer. Really, Leroy? Because Leroy Brown, you've been on here before.
Bad Leroy Brown, right?
Up on my shelf, AMSOIL. Maybe I talked to you. I used AMSOIL on my rebuild, and I've got an AMSOIL sticker there, AMSOIL sticker up there, and used it on my rebuild because honestly that was what my machinist recommended. And breaking in the flat tappet cam, you have to be real careful on that. If you do it wrong, you're going to blow up your engine. And my machinist, who's built, I don't know, thousands of engines, way more experienced than me, he said, this is what I use. He said he's used multiple other oils. He has never had an issue with AMSOIL. So a little plug for AMSOIL there. But they gave me, so I reached out to them and said, hey, I want to use your product. Will you give me oil if I use it and link it? And they gave me, I think, a case of oil for the break-in. And yeah, it's awesome stuff. So good enough for my professional machinist, good enough for me because he knows a lot more than me.
Yeah, this is a guy you definitely want working on your engine. You know, he's like 60 years old. He
Oh
doesn't
yeah,
talk much. He's done thousands of these things,
yeah.
obviously,
He's
and he's
just
just like, yep,
one of
nope.
those old gruff guys that he's seen everything.
Yeah.
So,
Having an editor, they should get paid as a percentage of revenue. You know, there's a couple different
oh,
ways
that's
you
what
can
is that
do
what Bill's
that.
saying? Yeah.
Flat fee is probably better, you know, or just by the hour. There's a lot of content creators that talk about
Well, maybe what
there.
Bill is saying, like, if they have like something invested into it, like, hey, if this video performs really well, I'm gonna make more, so I'm gonna edit it, but I'm gonna put more effort into editing it.
That could be.
Yeah, maybe there's something to that, but I think most editors work on a flat fee. But anyways, yeah, I will be looking for an editor for help. But the trouble is when I'm doing a how-to video, which I do a lot of, you have to have the knowledge of what you did. You can't have somebody else edit it that doesn't know how to do the job because they might get something out of order. Like you need to torque that before you put this on, or no, you can't. You left out the part of this where it has to have that. And so like every little detail of my videos are like well thought out when I'm doing a how-to. But some of the other fun ones of where we're just doing like body work, like a couple of guys that don't really know much about body work are going to be beating on this panel. Yeah, you could totally edit
That'd
that.
be easy. Overlanding videos would be totally easy because
Yeah.
it's just storytelling.
So we're at 24 viewers right now. This has been a longer video than I was expecting. We're over an hour long, but we're just hanging out, answering questions, talking. Let me show, because I talked about AMSoil. Let me show you guys what I got. I'll leave you in Jason's hands just for a second.
Just for a second, I got to bring the funny. You know, when I woke up this morning, I woke up to a bunch of texts from Dale saying, my video's not working, the audio's screwed up, I'm stressing out, help, help. And I said, oh my gosh, hold
That actually
on.
started last night.
Yeah, it did start last night. And I said, well, you'll get it figured out. And, you know, I stayed up till 1 o'clock last night, so I slept till 9 this morning. And I woke up to, I know, just really, you know, a long time. And, you know,
I was
woke
laughing
up.
about my messages.
Oh yeah, I woke up to all these messages. I said, hang on, give me 10 minutes and I'll get my protein drink and coffee and sit down at the computer. I actually, you know, can remote control his machine. I started looking at some things and it's a head scratcher for sure. I don't know what's going on with it right now.
Well, I was messaging him so much, like, I don't know, I sent him like a dozen messages because, yeah, I was kind of stressing because every Friday, I mean, they're like, I have an obligation, right? You guys want to see a video every Friday. And I appreciate that. And I like getting comments and, hanging out with you guys and talking and responding to comments. It's fun, but it requires work. Like a lot of people think like YouTube is glamorous, like fun, and you work on videos and you post things online and it's great. But there's work and stress and it's not always fun, but the fun outweighs the trouble. So it's good. We got a big comment there from Bill. But anyways, I was talking about AMSoil, using it as break-in oil. That is what I used. Great stuff.
Yeah.
Because what my machinist recommended. And it's not cheap. I mean, it's 12 to 14 bucks. I haven't looked it up recently, but it's not cheap. It's expensive oil, but it's good oil.
Do you have to do it twice?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
So it's like 75 bucks twice, 150 for break-in.
Yeah, but on an engine rebuild that you don't want to ruin, yeah, it's worth the investment.
Oh, yeah. So Bill, yeah, we're actually talking about PJ here. This particular fender, and I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, it's just mangled.
We need to figure out how to live stream with more than one camera.
Hey,
That
you
would
know
be
a guy
cool.
named Tim that knows how to do that.
I do?
Yeah,
Oh,
Tim.
actually, yeah.
Yeah, it takes some software. In fact, a computer that a good friend of yours gave to you.
That's an old computer.
Yeah, but you know, it can do it.
But that'd be so cool. It'd be like, all right, switch to camera 2. Like, I got it set up so they can see the fender.
Actually, I haven't told you this, but Canon just came out with some software for live streaming directly from their DSLRs.
Oh, yeah.
Like it just came out, like in March.
I thought that was already possible.
Nope. It's specifically built into the Canon firmware now.
Huh.
And I know that because I'm not in IT.
So, yeah, I'll be saving up for a new camera.
No, you can use your camera.
Oh.
Your existing cameras.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you got a couple Canons. You have the T5i and the SL2.
Yeah.
Yeah, camera 1, camera 2. That would be amazing.
So I need to just, what do we need to do to hook up my computer in the garage?
Cables and electricity.
Like a Ethernet?
You can get a wireless adapter. They're like $15.
So I don't need Ethernet. Would Ethernet be better?
It'd be better. I mean, you could drill a hole in the
Because I could just run it down the back wall right there. Pretty easy.
Yeah, you could do
and
that.
have an Ethernet plug right there.
Yeah, an Ethernet cable would run you like 12, something like that.
And then it would just have a rock solid connection.
Oh, yeah. DSLRs, are you sure you're not IT? Yes, in fact, people at work like to joke with me about the fact that I'm in IT.
It's funny because, yeah, he'll call IT for an issue because there's some things he has to call them about because there's only stuff they can do.
Certain keys to the kingdom.
And he'll be like telling the IT guy what to do. Or like the IT guy will be trying, have you tried rebooting it? And Jason's just like, oh, like, yes, like, okay, like I've, updated the buses and I don't know.
Yeah, I'm way beyond.
Crazy talk.
Yeah.
What else? We got Bill making lots of comments here.
Bill's a good guy. At some point, somebody
hungry.
mentioned, yeah, I'm getting a little hungry too. Somebody mentioned having a Superfan shirt made up.
Yeah.
And it would be by invitation only, Jeep Solid Superfan.
There is Teespring. There is merchandise available through Teespring. That's a good idea. How would I guess I would have to just...
It'd be like a private link or something like that.
I could put it on like my Patreon account.
Moab Wheeling, he's a super fan. Bill Flint, he's a super fan.
Yeah.
I've seen all Kierman around. It's cool. It's like all these people we don't know, but they feel like they know us.
We chat with them enough that
yeah, exactly.
They tell us about their vehicles, what they're up to, and
exactly
all that.
That's why I was thinking it'd be cool to have a, viewer videos sent in that you could use. Like,
Leroy,
hey, it's.
Sorry, Leroy is in IT.
Yeah, so you get it. You get it. Yeah.
So Leroy, the first thing you say is, "Have you tried rebooting the computer?"
I know.
I'm actually dealing with something with my bank, which is just dumb. It's an online loan. I can't get it to work, and I'm like, I'm not an internet dummy. Like I know how to internet, but I can't link my email. Like it just won't work. It probably thinks I'm just some dummy. Like,
have you tried another browser? Have you tried another computer?
Yeah.
Have you turned your firewall off? Have you rebooted?
Yeah. Yeah. It won't work on my tablet, phone, computer. Like it just doesn't work.
Awesome. All Kierman got his shirt and stickers the other day.
Oh yeah. If you want, send me a picture with your shirt on in front of your rig. I'd love to post it on my social media. So I do that when people buy merch.
You should put it in a video too.
Oh wait, Alkierman. No, that was somebody else. It wasn't Alkierman that sent me the. Oh, I was looking for my
the
phone.
picture on Instagram.
Yeah, who was that? Let me look real quick.
How's that feel to have people wearing something that you designed?
Honestly, it really wigs my kids out. My daughter, yeah, I think she saw somebody wearing my hat. Who was that? Oh, that was on my story, so it's gone.
What about the one where the guy was watching your videos with his infant child?
Yeah, that really wigged my daughter out. So somebody sent me a video clip of them. It was late at night, like midnight. His kid wouldn't sleep, an infant. And so he sent me a short little video, and it was dark in his living room. You couldn't see much of anything except him in a rocker with the TV on. You could see the TV real well. And it was one of my Jeep Solid videos, and he was watching. He sent me a little caption saying like child wouldn't sleep, so I'm up rocking him, watching Jeep Solid videos. And it was a little short clip of that. And I showed it to one of my kids, and she was like, whoa. She's like, that's super weird. Like somebody's in their living room at their house somewhere watching your video. It was like this mind explosion for her.
That's funny. So go ahead and look that up. Or did you find it?
Oh gosh, I forget.
So Tim Giddon says...
Did he email me?
I thought it was on your... it was an Instagram post that he tagged you in.
Oh, I'll find it.
So Tim Giddon says, what is your personal preference? Do you keep older CJ, YJ, TJ modded with that era type wheels, lights, etc., or do you update them with newer modern wheels, light bars, etc.? So that's a constant debate in the automotive community. Do you keep it original in stock? Do you modify it? Do you do like a resto mod where it's like it looks the same, but you know you've upgraded it? So
Sorry,
it's,
quick side note. It was Tony that sent me a picture with him with his hat on in his vehicle, and I shared it on social media. Thank you, Tony. I hope you see this. Sorry, go ahead. Upgrading.
yeah. So it just depends. For me, I'm usually that's weird looking. I'm usually the let's keep it stock guy. You know, I have a Ford Bronco that's uncut, and its value is pretty darn high because it's uncut, because it has original style wheels. It's not lifted, it's not modded. But at the same time, you know, I've been thinking about putting in power steering for it because, boy, it would make a huge
Or
difference.
the brakes.
Yeah, I have disc brakes, but not power brakes.
You
but,
upgraded the brakes.
yeah, I did do the brakes. And I do have the preeminent video for Broncos out there for upgrading to disc brakes. Go ahead and check it out.
From drum to disc.
From drum to disc, it's got over 100,000 views, and a lot of people really like it. Anyway, so there's something to be said for upgrading things that can't be seen, like a power steering, like a power brake, like a disc brake, really, because you keep the originalness, the original feeling of it without sacrificing like the original, without sacrificing performance, like four-wheel drum brakes. I don't care what anybody says that they're designed to stop the vehicle just as well. They're not as good.
No.
I mean, there's a reason that we have four-wheel disc brakes now,
Yeah.
really.
So I guess, yeah, things that are like safety and to me, comfort. So that's not things on like the body or the wheels or the, you know, the interior. A lot of the interior you can keep stock, but there's definitely upgrades. And you also did an upgrade on the carburetor or something, or didn't you? Or is it the
Talking
fuel?
about the master cylinder.
What was it? So I thought it was with the carburetor.
Oh, electronic points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just with the function.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate points. They're terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got new ones. Of course, then my coil burned out for some reason. But yeah, electronic points are amazing.
So there's
Totally
things that are like better technology that are totally worth upgrading to. But some things like on my Jeeps, I have stock lights, like LED lights. Like I'll probably do little upgrades. And, you know, that's fine. Some people like it, some people don't. They work fine. Like it's okay. But there's some function and safety things that I definitely think are well worth upgrading to, like brakes, points.
Yeah, after driving the Jeep around, my wife, we joke that it's the Jurassic Park Jeep. It's her Jeep, and then she just lets me drive it every once in a while. The Jeep's got power steering, it's got power brakes, all that kind of stuff, which my Bronco does not. And I'm really considering moving up to.
It looks like I'm
Power
looking off to
steering.
the side here. I'm reading my tablet. I'm upgrading myself.
Yeah.
I'm staying updated on your guys' comments. I keep my 99 TJ error correct. 96 XJ gets modern era. Yeah, and if you have a, you know, a vehicle that it's not your daily driver or something, or, you know, it's just a fun weekend vehicle, like keeping things totally stock is, yeah, it's nice, but there's a point with some things that is nice to upgrade. Like the disc brakes, that was huge for you.
Mm-hmm.
The difference, what did you notice in the difference?
I stopped straight.
Yeah.
You know, stopping.
Wasn't your wife, wasn't she like with the drum brakes, like using 2 feet and like
Yeah.
and pulling on the steering
2
wheel
feet and pulling on the steering wheel.
Yeah, like-
her butt off the seat, like ah.
to stop? And like if you're doing that, like yeah, an upgrade's okay.
That's crazy. You know, one thing I'm kind of underwhelmed about with our YJs is the stopping power that they have.
Yeah.
It's not great. You know, we've talked about doing upgrades. You know, bigger discs, something like that, bigger calipers. It's like okay.
Yeah. When you start putting bigger wheels on, because we don't have, at least me especially, I have 32, but they're kind of fat. Stopping, you get all that centrifugal force. It's just not designed. The brakes are not designed to stop that much mass. They would put bigger brakes on if they were designed that way.
Even mine with the stock wheels, it doesn't stop that great.
It's not excellent. Yeah.
It's okay. It's super okay. And you don't want super okay when it comes to stopping.
Yeah. With emergency stopping.
Yeah. Accelerating on the Jeep, super okay. Totally fine.
So we're still at 21 viewers here. So you guys have any other questions or tell us about your vehicles, I guess, what you drive. A lot of people have mentioned, their YJs and things, 92, 94s, some 88s. Are those your daily drivers, though? Or are those like fun weekend vehicles? Like this one, PJ, as you guys have seen, I need to do the leaf springs. Like one of the leaf springs is totally broken off on it and it's worn into the frame. So that's something I'll be working on. So it's obviously not my daily driver. It's a project vehicle. It's a fun vehicle. What are we in? We're in July. So I hope this month to get the new leaf springs on it. Then it'll be just a top off drive around. It'll be a fun little vehicle for right now to just kind of take around, take to Sonic, run around out in the woods. So are your guys' vehicles, are they daily drivers? We got a few more people. Is that Frank?
Yeah, Arizona Frank.
Hey, Frank's here.
He's a super fan.
Yeah, exactly. Frank's a regular on the channel. So what do you guys do with your vehicles? Are they daily drivers?
82 CJ. That would be cool to get a CJ.
Yeah.
Wasn't it CJ from like 1962 through 1984, something like that? Yeah, those old CJs. And the value's going up on them too, really.
The values are going up on the YJs as well.
Oh, yeah.
I'm glad I got two of them. I got two YJs.
Only two? Yeah.
Yeah. You need some more YJs. So I daily drive my YJ and my ZJ. That's Leroy. What are you up to, Frank? So tell us a little bit about your Jeeps, daily drivers, what you drive. CJ7 is your daily driver. Wow, cool. I bet you get all kinds of looks. What year is it? Hans 714. Hans 714, what's up? I like people with the numbers in their name. This just sounds cool.
I don't see that one. Where is it?
Hans 714.
Oh, daily driver. Yeah, CJ7, 76 to 86.
So Frank says Frank in Arizona. Yeah, it's in Arizona. Ugh. Working on his Jeep. It's 107 degrees out.
Yeah, it's not going to be 107 here.
No, it's going to be like sunny and 80.
Yeah.
Or maybe 85.
85-ish. It was 85.
Be a little
86.
sweaty out.
Yeah, it hasn't been too hot this summer.
So I missed the start of the video. So this video was about I'm starving for lunch. It was about Noid light testing.
Yeah, James Turner, alive on Friday. Yeah, it's a long story. Dale had some technical issues. The audio's all screwed up from the video, so he said, "Can you come over and help?" And yeah, so we did a little bit of a Noid light, and we just kind of been hanging out.
So today's video was supposed to be on the stroker build. I got the bottom end all disassembled, pistons out, bearings, exciting stuff on the bearings. I can't wait to show you guys. The video's not ready.
Yeah.
Audio issues, just couldn't get it together. And I was freaking out. I was panicking.
Yeah, he was.
Wednesday, I had the video all done. It looked sweet. I really like it. It's a cool video. But there's audio issues that I could not get figured out. Jason's got to help me. So that'll be hopefully next week.
Yeah, it's a big pain.
Yeah, the struggles of YouTubing.
Yeah, I think that fix that we did where we converted it using VLC, I think that's going to work.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful.
And I re-rendered it though at that 120p.
Yeah,
won't make a lick of difference.
I don't think so.
I tried.
It might.
Watch that be what works.
It might.
What I love of the IT talk we were talking about is when Jason's like, yeah, it's not gonna work. Like he has all these other ideas of what the issue was, and I do some like dumb little thing, and like it worked. And Jason's like, figures. Like,
yeah, you were right for all the wrong reasons.
You were right for all the wrong reasons.
Hate that. Yeah.
I'd need a sweater for that weather. Sunny and 85. Ooh.
Yeah. Southern California weather.
What? Right live on Friday? James, yeah. Wasn't ready for this, but I'm glad you made it. And the live stream's been going on for 79 minutes now.
Yeah, well, it's fun. We're just having fun. I mean,
hanging out, talking.
We're kind of dwindling here. Dale, my wife says you sound like Ray from Everyone Loves Raymond. Oh my gosh, he does.
Do I?
Oh yeah, think of the mammoth from Ice Age. And just kind of talk kind of sad, like, oh, I don't know. That is really funny. I'm going to start calling him Ray.
But he sounds kind of nasally, doesn't he?
Yeah.
You're
You're not that bad. 98 TJ Sahara 4.0 with
Oh,
35
it's
inch
Bill
tires.
Flint.
Yeah, Bill Flint.
Yeah, I recognize Bill.
109,000 miles. Yeah, Bill from BC.
Good afternoon, Bill.
It's a weekend cruiser. The paint job is one of a kind around my area, so it gets noticed a lot, even by the police.
Yeah.
My paint job is unique too, and I get noticed a lot. So much so that almost every stoplight I go to, someone's looking at me, waving at me, hollering at me. And for being an introvert, really, it gets exhausting. It really does. I don't know what I was thinking, but it's like, hey, look at that. It's an amazing car.
I was
Woo!
going into the grocery store just last week, got out of my new JK, which I really like. I haven't told you guys. I got out of and I was walking in, and some lady looks over and says, "Nice Jeep." I'm like, "Oh, thanks."
Yeah, I think as far as Jeeps go, though, I don't think anybody in town will top the attention mine gets.
Oh yeah.
It's nonstop. And like I said, I don't know what I was expecting, but it's just nonstop.
90 degrees here on the East Coast. James Turner. What part of the East Coast?
It's the east part. It's
So-
over by the Atlantic Ocean.
Is that by Miami?
Could be.
Or is that by
Could be near Bangor, Maine.
Augusta?
Augusta? That's in...
That's in Maine, right?
No, that Augusta... Well, there's an Augusta golf course in Georgia.
What's
where
the
they play.
capital of Maine?
Augusta.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we'll go with
Right,
that.
okay.
Yeah.
North Carolina.
North Carolina. I
Nice
sat
area.
next to a guy on an airplane once from North Carolina.
I think we knew that.
I couldn't understand a word he said. He said, "You guys going on vacation?" And I was like, "What? You guys all going on vacation?" "What are you talking about? Vacation. Are you on vacation?" "Oh, vacation." No. That was a long time ago. Wilmington, North Carolina.
90 here, middle of California.
Yeah, if you're in the San Joaquin Valley there, it gets hot.
Yeah.
You know, actually, my dog is from Modesto. My dog was a stray in Modesto and got brought up here.
We should do a meetup sometime.
We should. Who would come to a meetup?
Well, we'll do a trail or something. Like when we'll do Rubicon Trail. Right?
Maybe.
Might be a year, might be 2 years, but we'll do Rubicon Trail.
Yeah, it's not very far from here.
But we could totally do a meetup. Like, where does Rubicon Trail start?
It's down by Reno. Or
Right.
not? Yeah, down by Reno, Lake Tahoe. It's kind of in that
Well,
area.
but there you go. Like, we drive down to Reno.
It's like 5 hours.
And be like, yeah, we're gonna meet up at Five Guys Burgers in Reno at noon on Saturday. If you guys want to say hi.
Yeah, we could do that. You know, once we get our vaccines and stuff, and
Yeah.
we're probably sitting a little close right now anyway, huh?
Yeah, that's all right. Don't cough on me.
That's why when I sneezed, I went over there.
But yeah, like I work at the hospital, and so I probably have more exposure than most. So if anything, I'm gonna infect him.
Mm-hmm. He's exposing himself to
Because
me.
at your work, you really aren't around a lot of people, right?
I'm around like 4 people these days.
But they're not even close to your desk, though. Don't they stay away?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Where like at the hospital, like there's times where we're shoulder to shoulder because we have to be, you know. Like can't be like, all right, you finish chest compressions, then I'll come over and give him 2 breaths.
Sorry, Mr. Johnson.
Yeah. Doesn't work that way.
Did Rubicon twice, but always as a passenger. Yeah, we've done it nunts.
Frank is
Zero.
Frank is in Arizona, right? Yeah,
It must
'cause
be.
it says AZ Frank. So there you go. I wonder how far it is to Reno for Frank.
5-hour drive for me, I assume, for Hans. Yeah, if you're in the Central Valley, Hans, yeah, 5 hours. I mean, I'm assuming you're maybe south of Sacramento. It's only like a couple hours from Sacramento, something like that. 14 hours, Windrock, Tennessee.
Matthew.
Hey, Leroy is from Tennessee. We got a good buddy, Nashville Early Bronco.
Oh yeah.
John from Nashville Early Broncos in Tennessee. Go ahead and look his channel up. He's actually a professional video editor doing YouTube.
And we've gotten a shout out from him on his channel before.
Did we?
Yeah. Remember,
Yeah.
because we call him Nashville Early Bronco, we call him Neb. Because we have like a community of YouTubers that like talk and hang out. So instead of typing out Nashville Early Bronco said, we started calling him Neb, N-E-B.
Yeah. Yeah, I talked to Neb.
But anyways, Matthew Cruz. Well, my grandpa gave me his 90 Wrangler. Awesome. Welcome to the club. And I still need to fix it up though, but I'm getting there. That's so cool. These early 90s Wranglers, yeah, they run forever. Little issues will pop up here and there, but Yeah, the engines are just bulletproof, and even when they start getting a little blow by or a little leak or a little, they still run. Like they're bulletproof.
Yeah, mine's kind of stinking when I'm driving it. If I take my foot off the gas, I'm getting an exhaust smell, and I'm thinking maybe I got some burned exhaust valve, something like that. Like that back pressure's like it just really makes it stink.
Yeah,
And
it starts
oh, it starts and runs, and it runs great. It's
every
just
time. Every time.
whenever I take the foot off the gas, it's like ugh, it smells.
Unlike my daughter's car, which is doing some weird stuff, it's doing like some no start. Like she'll just go out and like no start, like
Oh, and the Civic,
yeah.
and then it'll just be like, bloop.
And then like I need to look into it. I got to test the battery, test the alternator, like see why it's not starting. It has a new battery in it. Check the terminals, make sure they're not corroded, all that. And like I need to get on it, but then I get busy. But then like the last week, like she's been driving it all over, and I haven't heard a thing of it not starting. So it's like it's an intermittent problem. The Jeeps, the Wranglers, they never do that. Starts every time. Well, except when on the rebuild when it wouldn't start.
Did we look into replacing the relay, the starter relay, on that Civic?
No.
Starter relay or starter
Like
solenoid?
the relay is just not
Maybe it's
working,
it's just
yeah.
not firing.
all the time. Yeah.
Or the solenoid.
But that would be like a consistent, inconsistent problem though. Like she hasn't said a thing in like, or has it been 2 weeks? Like, I don't know. I got to check in with her again.
Cut back on the Taco Bell.
Oh, I'm starving.
What? How did Taco Bell come up?
I don't know. David GA.
Or Georgia?
Georgia?
Maybe cut back on the Taco Bell. I haven't had Taco Bell in a long time.
I'm hungry. Sweet. We'll do it in about an hour from.
Yeah, I'm.
Oh, he's gonna look up Nashville or Vodka.
Yeah, he's got a great channel.
Cut
Really good
back on the
channel.
Taco Bell. Taco Bell's good though.
Can be good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Should we?
I'm kind of hungry and I got stuff to do.
Okay.
I got radiator to finish on the Subaru.
Yeah, I'm starving.
You know, if we brought all our cars together, we'd have like 12 of them.
Would we?
We'd have, well, maybe not 12. 9?
How many? Yeah. Let me see. How do I have? I have
3 Jeeps.
4, 5, 6 ish. 6-ish.
Yeah, I have 5 vehicles.
Yeah. That's a lot of maintenance.
Yeah.
That's an oil change every month. Just about.
I know, it's a pain.
Yeah, with having 6 vehicles, yeah, if I did an oil change every 3 months on all of them, that's a lot.
Yep.
That's 6 times 3, 18.
18.
So I'm doing like an oil change every 3 weeks. Fortunately, most of my vehicles I don't have to do every 3 months. So we'll end it here.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Although we just got a big comment that just came rolling in.
And that's why I watch some of your videos. Oh, this is Matthew. And that's why I watch some of your videos to fit some. You gotta go watch them all. Gee, but slowly I'm getting there. Bro, thanks for the awesome videos. You're welcome, bro. Yeah, it's a lot of just kind of researching it and figuring out, watching the video and tackling the project. I've been working on vehicles for, I don't know, 7 or 8 years, but I started with